going to discuss the VetPal app. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click import and sync so the data gets uploaded to my handheld. Equally, any data on my handheld gets saved back up to the cloud, okay? I will then click on day 1 TB test. When I click on day 1 TB test, I'm going to select the vet. I'm going to select Angus. Over on the right hand side, you'll see an up and down arrow. This will order the tests based on surname or the date created. The most recently created test on the computer will be date created Z2A, okay? And they are my two tests, okay? If I click the P, only my private tests will appear, whereas both tests will appear, okay? So I have two tests today. One of them I'm going to do a TB test, and the other one I'm going to just do bloods on using the farmer's profile. So firstly, I will go into Patrick Murphy, okay? And I'm just going to see which is the private test. So Patrick Murphy, so I'm actually going to go to Angus McCarthy first, okay? I'm going to select the PVP code. The batch is going to be a single character, and it always starts with A, okay? Your day 2 test date. So I'm doing the test on a Tuesday, I'll read it on a Friday. Location descriptor, I normally put in home, but if you want to, equally you could call batch A cows, batch B heifers, batch C bullocks, okay? And then you hit continue twice, okay? When you're about to begin your test, the first thing you always do is press ... okay? And ... will disable the touchscreen. So when there's a red hand, the touchscreen is disabled. So here I'm going to enter 44. You can see that's a maiden heifer. Enter my readings, okay? Now I'm going to enter 44, and you can see that animal's already tested. I'm going to enter 4, okay? And it's going to beep to indicate there are multiple options. I'm going to pick C, the third one down, which is 6264, and C refers to it being a cow, okay? I'm going to press number 3, and I'm going to enter. Okay, so you'll now see on the screen animal 6264 is number 2 of 129 tested, and it's the second one in batch 2, okay? I want to change the batch. I have multiple ways. One option is I press hash on the physical keypad. The other option is I go back one page and double click the A and hit the plus and make it B. Okay, or the third option is when I go on to an animal, I'm going to pick the first option by clicking enter. Click on animal, you can actually go and you can change it there, okay? But I've already changed it to B. I'm going to put in, okay, so you just go through your test like normal, okay? If you want to click a movement, you select movement and you put in missing tag. Movement fields are for the farmer's records, clinical marks are for the department record, okay? And you can add your own clinical marks if you wish to at the top, okay? In this one I'm going to add in lumps, okay? Select down. So now you can see a B2, so the second one in batch B is tested, and I have 4 done in total, okay? Now, if you see up across the top, these are the menu, okay? So if I'm on search by tag number and I click up arrow once, it goes to the plus, which is add an animal. Now I'm going to add an animal to the test, okay? It's 12 months of age, so I'm going to enter 12, click enter. I can scan the barcode, I can type it in manually, or I can use an EID reader which will connect to the app. So now I'll go to the breed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 are presets. 1 is male, 2 is female. Okay. So that's the first animal added. I'm now going to add another animal, and it will save the previous date of birth. If you want to overwrite that, you can. It's 2 months. You can keep that, and okay. Now this is an invalid tag, so it's going to pop up saying, do you wish to accept invalid tag? And I'm going to say no, okay? And that means I can go up and put in 40122. Okay, now I'm going to add a UK tag, okay? So there's an animal brought in which is a UK tag. Okay. It's a Frisian cow, maiden heifer. Okay. So in this instance, it's going to ask, do you wish to accept invalid tag? And I'm going to say yes, okay. And then it's going to say, do you wish to accept this as a foreign tag number? And I'm going to click yes, because it is a foreign tag number. Okay. Now that animal's inserted. Up the top menu, the second one is, sometimes we use this if, for instance, if we want to make a comment on the test. Okay. So sometimes you do that so we can refer to it on day 2. So if we click on it, we can see that. Okay. And it'll highlight in red. Okay. The next, this option is if you want the blood sample and vaccinate when you're doing a test on the test. So if the farmer wants to blood sample some animals, you can still test away and it'll just add a vaccination and a blood bottle number to you. Okay. Animals already tested. If there's multiple options, the ones tested will appear at the bottom of the list, so you can just click enter for the top one. And it'll continue to increase the blood bottle sequence by 1, which can be changed. These can be removed, and when you blood bottle will disappear, okay? If you wish now, you can go across and you can check your report. So now you will see 10 were tested on day 1, 1 tested day 2, 10, and tested day 1, 122. You can click on any of these. 122, if you want to go, you can click on these and you can enter date, okay? And the clinical marks will appear alongside the animals as you put comments beside them. If you want to see how many are in that batch, you can click on each individual number in batch A, batch B, okay? Clinical marks, movements, invalid tags. So there is 1 invalid tag, which we accept as invalid, but that's perfectly fine. Newly added animals, 3. Okay. And you'll see total bloods 2, total vaccines 2. The one other thing is, if you go to an animal, this animal for instance, right, and it has no tags, but you're pretty confident it is 0721, you can enter in temporary tag there, okay? If for instance there's a new animal, there's an animal there and you have no idea what that animal is, and it's an older cow, okay, you can type in a new animal as a temporary tag, okay? In this instance, you have to accept it is an invalid tag, and we do not want to mark this as foreign, okay? Okay, so that's in the odd instance where you have to add a new tag number because you don't know the identity of that animal, okay? If we wish to go to day 2, we can click on the OR for report, and we can click on T2 at the top of the page, which will bring us to day 2, okay? So now you can see your animal day 2. Okay, the alternative option is click the home button in the top right corner, click on day 2 TB test, click on the farmer, okay, and then you will be in the test, okay? So at this instance, we're going to put in our day 2 reading. So if we put in 14/14, this animal is inconclusive, okay? If to type in, when you got a reading greater than 2 millimeters, it'll prompt you to jump to the reaction field. If you press 1, it'll put in circumscribed, 2 will put in diffuse edema, and 3 will put extensive edema, okay? In this instance, I'm going to put in extensive edema, which will deem this animal now to be a reactor because you have put extensive edema into the B reaction field, okay? The I am going to next I'm just going to enter readings for other animals. So 22, okay. If there's no change in readings, you just click enter, okay. And once finished, I can go and test it day 2, 10 animals, okay. I can click on it and I can mark an animal as dead day 2 if required, okay. Which stops you from entering day 2 readings, okay. And you can, as you're testing on day 2, you can put in all your day 2 readings, okay. Once you finish your test and you're happy with everything, you can click the home button and you can click TB test export, okay. And TB test export will export a completed TB test file back to the computer. So if we click on Angus McCarthy, you will see we've tested 12 TB tests on day 1, we've done 3 on day 2, we've 1 reactor, okay, and the completed date is the 15th of March, and we can click yes, okay. If we want to, we can blood test export the 2 animals that we blood sampled, and this will bring across blood create a CSV file in the computer, okay. The other scenario that we're going to talk about is if you're doing a blood test for Iones, okay. You still enter TB data even though it isn't relevant for this, okay. But just allow you to go to the testing page. Okay, so in this instance, we're going to create a filter for animals to be blood sampled and vaccination. So we press the third button from the top left. So this one, okay. So we're going to create a filter. We're going to blood sample all males, okay. We're going to blood sample all females. And we're going to vaccinate all females greater than 12 months, okay. I'm just using 1,000 as a max age, but you can put any number you wish, okay. And then you click apply filter. Now you'll see the filter is highlighted in red. So when we click on animal 331, 2 options, okay. I'm going to pick 2 for the second option. If we go to vaccination, and they will put in blood bottle, okay. Again, this is not deemed to be vaccinated, so this is an animal under 12 months of age, so it'll just do bloods, okay. And male, so just bloods. Just bloods, okay. And in report, so if you create a filter for those animals and you scroll to the bottom of your report, you can see that the blood filter, you have 728 in total blood bottles you have to bring with you, and you have 328 to vaccinate, okay. So if we go back and we change our filter to only blood sample females, okay, so we'll remove the blood sample males, apply filter. When we go to report, you'll see now the blood bottles only required is, based on the filter, is 430, okay. Even though there are 724 on the profile, based on the filter, you only need 430 bloods, okay. If we click home now and you click blood test export, and you can export that to the computer and it'll create your CSV file, okay.